What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So we're taking a look at Clair Obscur Expedition 33, one of my most anticipated games here at the beginning of the year to jump into, especially with that early access demo I had checked out a couple of months ago. So it's been fun to jump back in and really get started in here again. I'm still only a couple of more hours in as I continue to play, but it's enough for me to start checking out some of the performance and stuff here on some of the handhelds, especially starting here with the Claw 8, where it's quite playable depending on what you want to do with your settings and where you're at in the game. Now, I'm going to be opting for XeSS balanced or quality. I definitely recommend some type of upscaling no matter what resolution you want there. XeSS is our best option here. There's only TSR as the only other option. I'm going to run 900p. You could certainly get away with 1200 in some areas depending on your settings, but we can get more into that. I've disabled motion blur, film grain, all that. We're running a combination of low and medium. Low shadows, low on reflection, low on post-processing. You could adjust this stuff however you want to improve visuals or lower FPS, raise FPS, whatever you want. It's a very GPU bound game here no matter what you do. So everything you do with resolution and your graphic settings is going to make a difference here depending on what you're looking for. This is like the open world-ish area that you kind of start exploring and moving around in. If we change XeSS over to quality from balanced, we won't get into the 50s anymore. We'll stay more down to the 40s. That's what I mean. Things are very picky about resolution and settings. So everything you do is really going to affect performance on top of really depending on where you're at in the game, what instance you may be in, part of the open world and all of that. Going to an inside instance kind of area, moving on with the story. These at 1200p often do come down to 30, 29, 28 FPS, and they'll bounce back up. They can be all over the place, and that's kind of why I've opted to stay away from 1200p. And I didn't want to lower any more settings or increase the upscaling, but you could do that if you wanted to and definitely get away with it, especially since it's a game you don't necessarily need all the FPS for. But this 900p setup for me gave me enough overhead and most of the time keeping me over 40 that I was just happier with it. Getting into some battle stuff outside too in the open world area that you're going to get into. Performance is very similar to what I had inside at 900p, though we will dip into the 30s a lot more often. But you saw there 36 to 51 FPS very quickly. Things vary because we're GPU heavy. Things vary quickly here. You might want to even lock things to 30 or 40 FPS to run it that way if you want to. There's certainly other areas that are going to run up into the 60s and then back down. So again, I think you get the point. It's a GPU heavy game, very dependent upon your resolution, upscaling, and quality settings that you use, and definitely depending on what part of the world you're in, view distances, graphics, all that are going to affect it. But the good thing here is I haven't run into any real major issues or crashes or anything. I'm running on the newest Intel driver that does already have support for this game and also Oblivion. So I'm running the best possible scenario that way. Kept things at 30 watts cap because lowering down to 17 certainly wasn't a doable situation here and would really hurt performance. So yeah, you do got to push things and you do have to adjust settings to how you want them to run here, but the game is more than playable on the MSI Claw 8. The other nice thing is I'm just really enjoying the game itself. It's turn-based combat, but there's a lot of interactivity to that with dodging, parrying, and other things that are involved in it. The graphics are fantastic, especially if you're able to play on something that you can really crank it up. I've been on my desktop in GeForce Now, where it's been very nice as well, and the story is excellent. I think unless GTA 6 actually does land this year, this would be a really good candidate for a game of the year. This team has done a fantastic job with their first outing here with this game, and all the reviews and other things I've seen about this are pretty glowing as well. No game is perfect, but this is a very well made game and has a lot of stuff here for everybody. And even though performance can be a bit hit or miss, seems playable on most of the handhelds, especially the Claw here. So anyways, guys, as always, thanks a lot for coming and check out the video. Pretty quick one here. Just wanted to go over this one and then get on to the next one. We have so much happening here. Anyways, thanks a lot, and I'll see you guys in the next one.